Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Marriage Chats with Brittney and Nate. We appreciate you all being here. Today, we want to talk about the topic of making space for me time, even within the marriage. So, I'll start off and kick it off from my perspective. So, when I got married, even before we got married, when we were like seriously dating, I was like, I gotta be with this man all the time. Like, we gotta be together. We gotta grow together. We gotta do everything together. And so, taking that mindset into our marriage, that's what I thought it was supposed to be. Like, when we're not working, we need to be together. We need to be spending time together. And um, what I started to realize is that I was losing myself. I didn't know who Brittney was outside of this. So if Nate decided he was going to go somewhere with his friends, it's like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? And I think that even that really magnified itself after we had kids, because now you throw on, okay, the wife hat, and then you throw on the mom hat. And that's when I really noticed myself not only wanting me time, but needing me time, where I felt like I was just starting to like drown in all the responsibilities that come with, being in a marriage and being a mom. And so it almost is like, for me, it was almost like you don't realize how much you need something until it's too late, until like you're going down like a deep, dark path. And so that's when, like I said, whenever we had kids, that's when it was like, okay, like I have to really be intentional about carving out some me time. Um, like I said, like for me, like me time is important because it helps me to really figure out who I am as a person and what I like and what I desire, and taking away just stepping away from everything and having my own time allows me to be a better person overall. It allows me to feel like, okay, I am worth it. I'm worth more than just what I am within, this circle and these responsibilities. Um, so that's kind of like where I am with me time now. I feel like um, it's not something that is easy to for me to take, just because like we have a busy lifestyle, and not only is our life busy, but a lot of times I don't feel like I deserve to take time away. I feel like I have to be here. Like, what is going to happen? Like, if I'm not here, how is the family going to run? Like, how are things going to it's like, what are they going to do? Like, are they going to eat? Like, are they going to know? And that's like an exaggeration thought, but those are like my thoughts, where like a lot of times I feel like I physically can't step away because my family needs me, you know and so, and that's still happening in my mind today, right? But I think the shift is that I'm like, I have to talk myself out of that. And I have to say, no, Brittney, your family is fine. They will be fine. Nate is a capable, man. He can take care of the kids. He can take care of himself. And you need this time away. And so it's more about being intentional, because the time is not what I found, at least for me. Like, there's never going to be a time where it's like, oh, I got some time to myself. It's like, no, you have to make the time. You have to find the time. You have to carve out a space that is specifically for you. And you have to draw the line to say that I'm stepping away. And also, even with that, being very clear in the communications about that. Like, Nate and I were just talking yesterday about how every Sunday I take a nap every Sunday. And this just started like after Jackson was born. So he's almost 2. But I'm like, I'm very tired on Sundays. And so I'm like, I'm taking a nap on Sundays, period. I don't care what's happening around me. I'm taking a nap. And so that's just an example where it's like, I have to be very intentional with carving out that space, because without taking that time for myself, I'm no good to Nate as a wife. I'm no good to my kids as a mom. I'm no good to myself. And so, that just really creates a space for me to grow in a positive way. What you got?
Well, thanks for acknowledging that I'm capable, you know. But I was thinking about something you said about, before the kids, and I would be with my friends and you would be like lost. I kind of felt that. And it made me feel guilty for like hanging out with my friends sometimes. And I was always like, man, I wish she would get some friends so I could, enjoy my time. Like, you know, but yeah, definitely after the kids is where I realized making time for yourself is essential. It feels like there's always something that needs to be done, no matter what. So yeah, even when you're sitting down for a second just to catch your breath or tie your shoe, you're like looking around. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. So you yourself feel overwhelmed, and then when it comes to, well, for me, it's when it comes time for me to do something that I want to do, there's a level of guilt that comes in, from a few different avenues. Like if Brittany's out with the kids, or Brittany's like, hey, I'm going to take the kids here today. I'm like in my head, man, I wanted to clean the garage. I wanted to cut the grass. I wanted to do laundry. I want to do this and that, but I also want to be out with my family. And then you start feeling bad, like, man, my family's out without me. It looks bad. I'm worried about their safety. Like I should have just went. But even if I do go, I'm gonna be in a bad mood because the whole time I'm thinking like I could be at home doing all this stuff when I'm stuck here at this stupid children's museum, babysitting. I mean, I'm just being honest. But it's definitely a balancing act. The other side of it too is when you feel like you have free time and you want to do something, then you think about the other person, like, oh well, she probably needs a break, so let me go get the kids so she could take a break. And just keep pushing yourself further down the line. That can get bad really fast. I've come home when I've been at my wits end, and just I'm in a bad mood. I'm not, nobody wants to be around me. No one's talking to me. It's just a bad environment, especially a bad atmosphere for the kids. So just taking a day or picking a time or time slot, just like, yo, I'm leaving. I'm going here like a couple hours. I'll be back. There was a time where I don't know. We kind of work in shifts now to some degree. So Brittany does like the morning shifts on the weekend. So like a Saturday morning, I'm up out of the house at the gym. Brittany gets up with the kids, gets the kids ready. I get back from the gym. I kind of take over for a little while until nap time. And then the evenings are kind of depending on what we're doing, how that goes. That's beneficial, It's having a little bit of a structure, and that way if one of us is feeling like we need some time to ourselves, we can say, I'm taking the evening and I'm going to dinner, or, I'm going somewhere to do this or to do that. But definitely have to be intentional about it. And it is a necessity, for your own well being. You don't want to let things pile up and then you just explode. And then, your family's looking at you like you're a nut job. So, definitely prioritize yourself. Don't feel guilty, and don't do chores. If it's your free time, it's your day to yourself or your time to yourself. Do something that you enjoy. Don't take it to work on the car or clean something. I mean, maybe those things bring you joy, but that's stuff that needs to be done. Do something that's like genuinely makes you feel good. Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think at the end of the day, it's like, if you want to be good in your marriage and if we want to be good together, we have to remember that we are individual people and we have to take care of ourselves individually. So, whatever that means for you, like Nate said, whatever it is that brings you joy, whatever it is that you feel like you need to be poured into, make sure you are doing that and you're being intentional for that so that when you come together, y'all are good people, and you all can work together better. And then also to Nate's point, yes, it's like, if no one is taking their time, then the other person's going to feel guilty about taking time, right? So, like, you each have to take your own time so that when you're taking your time, you don't feel guilty about taking your time. Because you know, like, okay, I'm taking my time. Nate's going to get his time at this time. We're each getting our time versus one person always taking their time and the other person not taking it. Like, then the other person may feel resentful, like, yo, you always getting your time. Like, where's my time? Or you might not even be able to enjoy your time because you know the other person's not getting it. So I think that it's also a conversation that you all both have to have to say, okay, this is the time I'm gonna take. You know, pull the calendar out, schedule it out, right? Just like you go to work, okay, well, I gotta go here for me, right? Schedule it out, put on the calendar, make sure y'all doing that so that no one's resentful, no one's guilty. You're each getting what you need so you can come back and just be the best people. So highly encourage the me time within a marriage. It's necessary. Yes, you are one, but you're also individual people. So anything else?
It's not tit for tat. You know, sometimes one person may have what appears to be more time to themselves than the other, but you know, that comes down to your relationship and your connection with one another, but it's not a competition. You know, like if you see your wife struggling, she had a long day, and maybe you need a break with the kids, but your wife looks really distraught, you know, take the kids and say, hey, look, when you go have some dinner, like I'll hold it down for the rest of the day. You know, you're going to get it back at some point, but, you know, making things competition is a recipe for disaster. So try your best to work together and just, you know, never don't try not to take things too personal or feel like one person is taking advantage of the other unless it's actually happening.
Then there's another conversation that needs to be
Yeah.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, those are some good points. All right, y'all. We hope this helped you all. Again, these conversations are for you all and for us because we need these check-ins also. So like, subscribe if you have any suggestions or things you'd like us to talk about. Feel free to send us a message and we'll talk to y'all soon. See ya.